Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am rejoiced to be the mindset checker, and today we'll be talking about emotional intelligence. I'm sure it's a word that you might have been familiar with or new. So, emotional intelligence are a set of skills that helps you monitor your own emotions and other people's emotions, and then gives you the ability that guides you in the way you think and in the way you act, your actions and your thinking processes. That is basically what emotional intelligence is, and as simple as it may seem, it is a very important aspect of life. Now, many people know about emotional intelligence, but they think that it only applies to adults, that when you are an adult, then you should be able to manage your emotions, you should be able to know where to get angry, where not to get angry. But the truth is, it starts from pregnancy. Yes, it starts from pregnancy. Even when the child is in the womb, you begin to talk to the child, you begin to build, how to understand emotions in the child, and then it goes on to when the child is born, from age 0 to 1 year and all that. So that's what we'll basically be talking about today. That's to explain emotional intelligence, and then to talk about why it is important to train your child, putting in mind that we are dealing with age 0 to 1, because in subsequent videos we will talk about older ages. Okay, now having explained emotional intelligence, we'll now talk about why it is important that you teach emotional intelligence at the stage. Okay, now the first thing is, at 9 months your child has already developed a very impressive level of emotional intelligence. At 9 months your child already decides who to carry him by raising up his hands or her hands, for someone to carry. Your child already decides if to go with someone or not to go with someone. Your child already cries and throws tantrums, and all that. Since emotions would have developed at that stage, then it is very important to start teaching emotional intelligence. So for shorten the time, I would call it EI. So when I mention EI, know that I'm talking about emotional for the E and intelligence for the I. Okay, now aside that, another point I noted here is separation of anxiety. Separation of anxiety starts from age 8 months to 9 months and fully develops by age 1. Now, what's separation of anxiety? Anxiety is just our unpleasant, situations and actions and all that, unpleasant emotions. Anything unpleasant is anxiety. All right. So at that stage, your child already recognizes unpleasant emotion. So when you frown at your child, he understands that you are frowning. When you get angry, the child understands and is able to even do it by his or herself. So it is important that you train and streamline, the emotions and how to react to it and all that. Okay, another point that I noted here is being able to interpret other feelings. Now, your child at that age is able to interpret feelings. When you frown, the child is able to interpret that this is frowning and this means that my mommy does not like it. Now, emotional intelligence helps him to recognize it and interpret it aright. Okay, now when you teach a child emotional intelligence, you are particular about your emotions and you let the child know what this emotion stands for. You can frown and a child can interpret it as playing and keeps doing that same thing and laughing. That means the child is not emotionally intelligent. Okay, an emotionally intelligent child is able to interpret emotions appropriately. Okay, another reason I put here is understand you may and you may not. At that stage, a child can understand things you may do and things you may not do. So when mommy say you may do this, she means you may not. And when mommy say you can't do this, she means you can do them. All right? As simple as that sounds, if you don't teach it, it will not be seen in that child. Another thing is to assert independence. A child that is emotionally intelligent is independent. Okay, the child knows what he wants or what he does not want. All right, so these are why you should teach emotional intelligence at this particular age, that is age 0 to age 1. Now we will move to benefits of teaching emotional intelligence at this stage. We know that it is important we teach it. We've known why. Now, what do we now gain by teaching this EI at this stage? Why don't we wait, till the child is more grown up? One is to share. You teach the child to share. To get some children to release their toy for another child can be very difficult. Can go from give it to him to the woman, the mother or father or parent, or even the child getting frustrated and can become a very big deal. So it is important. And then even turn taking, it teaches a child to take turns. Okay, this is your toy, now give it to Tola to play for it for 5 minutes, and then you take over. So it will teach the child to understand timing. Okay, you want to do this right now. I want to eat. Wah, wah, mommy, I want to eat. And then you're telling the child, I am still cooking the food. So the child understands that, yes, I want to eat, but then there's nothing mommy can do about it because she's still cooking the food. So I need to have patience, for mommy to for the food to get ready, and definitely mommy will serve me my food. So if you don't teach your children or your child these things, you raise a child that throws tantrums everywhere. And even it's not just children, you have adults that get angry anywhere, anyhow, and all that. And that is not being emotionally intelligent. So another thing you gain is that they get to acknowledge their own emotions. Now this is very, very important. Even adults, some adults do not know how to own their emotions. When they are hungry and you say, I know you're getting angry, relax. You say, I am not hungry. I don't like what Mr. Ade did, and that is it. Yes, I know you don't like it, but let us solve it. You flaring up means you are hungry, so you don't own your emotion. Do you understand? Some people would say, even in relationship, you and a guy, you are friends, and then you like each other, and it's getting intimate and all that, and you're like, do you love each other? No, we are just friends, so we don't love each other. You are talking about things that ordinary friends should not talk about, and yet you are saying that you do not love each other, especially romantically in this instant now. So acknowledging one's emotion is very important, because an emotion you do not acknowledge, you will not be able to work on it. Okay, so when you acknowledge your emotions, you will be able to determine if it is positive or if it is negative, and then you'll be able to work on the negative ones and then embrace and do more of the positive. So it is very, very important. So another point is the child learns to be compassionate and then show empathy. Learns compassion and empathy. Now you do not want to give birth to a child that is not compassionate. So emotional intelligence is very, very important in that regard. It also reduces stress. When your child is emotionally intelligent and as all what we have been discussing ever since the beginning of this video, then the child knows when you say no and then you explain to the child, you can't do this because of this. the child agrees, because the child can know what is good and what is not good. The child will be able to manage his or her emotions. Not that the child would be crying, you will go outside and someone would give the child a sweet and you say don't lick it yet, you just took one earlier, so don't take this yet, and the child now no, I must take it now, and you guys begin to show Nollywood. Then the drama starts. You will be embarrassed. That's just one of the things that you wouldn't like about it. So it reduces stress. It makes you to say things once and the child grabs. The child helps you. Is compassionate about you. When you're doing one thing or the other, the child will want to help you. And even if the child is not saying they need to help, if you say come and help me to do this, the child understands and can relate. So it makes your life very, very easy. Another one is improves decision making. Now it helps, when children are assertive. Some people see it as being stubborn. No, there's a difference between being stubborn and assertive. When you are assertive, you know what you want, you know what is good and what is right, you know why you want it, you can put a reason to every of your action. You don't just do things how it came, you don't act that way. But being stubborn is something is not good and you are corrected, but then you still want to do it, and no, that's different from being assertive. But children who are emotionally intelligent are children who can make right decisions because they are knowledgeable. They know what is good, they know they are right from their wrong. They are actually numerous why it is necessary that you teach your child emotional intelligence. Now, one thing that is very important and I would like to mention in this video is that emotional intelligence at this young age helps the child to be aware. So at this very stage, one thing you can achieve is awareness. Okay, now the child may not be able to live by all these things yet, so parents, don't be too hard on yourself. If you go outside with your child and your child is expected to act a certain way, but because he's a child, he's not acting that coordinated, don't feel you are failed as a parent and all that. No, as the child grows, that's why it's good to start at early stage of life, so that as the child grows, the child can learn to now act out what he or she has been is aware of. So do we understand that? Now that will be the end of this video. This video is to tell us, to open us to what emotional intelligence is, why it is important, and the benefits of emotional intelligence to age 0 to 1. So in my next video, I will talk about how you can teach emotional intelligence to a child of age 0 to 1. So do not miss my next video, and see you in my next video. Please do not forget to share this video. You know that every parent, every intending parent needs to watch this, and even if you are not a parent, you have siblings, you have children around you. If you are a teenage teacher, you are a children teacher in church, this is for you. So share this video, like this video, comment, let me hear from you. Let me see other things that you have discovered that I have not discovered or I have not said. And comment, like, share, subscribe, put on the notification bell so that you get notified when next I post a video and each time I post a video. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.